Hello, change makers. We are so excited to be bringing you another interview today. This is all about celebrating our change makers. Yes,
Woo.
absolutely. And because we are the ones who are creating a global impact to be able to create the world that we know in our hearts is possible. So I am Cheyenne Kramer, and today I am so honored to be able to bring to the stage Swami Tirtha. Say hello
Oh,
and tell us a little bit about you.
hi, Shan. Thanks so much for having me here. It is a joy once again. It's always a joy to talk with you.
Thank you. Well, we want to hear from you about what you've got going on as your activities as a change maker, and especially why you're so passionate about doing these things. So, enlighten us.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I've three times in my life I've had callings, and each time a calling was a passion that fueled me past all my ignorance of not knowing anything about how to get it out there, and with guidance, divine guidance, it happened. And so this is my newest venture. It just started last year. It's the big picture is helping people shine the light inside of them to be healthy, free, and live in joy. That's the big picture because I think everybody wants that, especially as we go into the golden age of this world that so many indigenous cultures are talking about.
Mhm.
On the more practical side, what am I talking about? Because it could be anything, but it's you, and it could be anything you want. What I'm working with is something that, well, I'll ask you a question. What does Mike Tyson, Serena Williams, and David Beckham have in common with you, aside, and putting aside the fact that they're all superstar athletes? And the answer is they have a passion and a strive for excellence, just like you do, just like entrepreneurs do, just like parents do for their kids. What Now I have something else in common with them, and that's that we all wear this wellness patch.
Wow. Tell us about that.
I'm glad you asked. When we're going for excellence, we want health, we want endurance, we want focus, we want stamina. If we have pains that may say, not today, let me take the day off from working out, or let me not make those calls to reach out to share my mission. This takes away those pains, minimizes them, makes them manageable. And it's a very simple, it's cutting edge, it's very profound, but it's very simple. When the sun shines, Cheyenne, our skin is smart enough to start producing vitamin D
Mhm.
automatically, right?
Mhm.
Think of this as a mirror. Our body has an inner sunshine, an inner light called a low infrared light, and it's our heat. And that's always radiating. And as it radiates out of us, this little mirror catches or bounces, reflects the light back into the body.
Mm.
So it captures our inner light, shines it onto what's called a copper peptide, which has been researched for decades about producing age reversal. And that then stimulates our ATP energy. But best of all, it activates our stem cells, our master cell, to grow young again. Now, this is our own stem cells. This is not an injection. This is not somebody else's stem cells. We're letting our body heal itself. Our bodies are brilliant, genius, divine works of art that were meant to live forever, like at the beginning of the Garden of Eden before they ate the apple.
Yes, yes.
So this is giving us a second chance, and it's given me
Mm.
a second chance to serve
Mhm.
God with a youthfulness again, and that's why I'm doing this. He said, "Go
Wow.
big," and I put aside all of my youthful, not me. Who am I? To whatever you say. Just give me the energy to do it, and I'll do it.
Wow. Well, that all sounds pretty scientific. It doesn't sound like there's any airy-fairy stuff about that because, people have been studying stem cells for quite some time, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And some of the research has found that for every year, for if you wear the patch for 10 years, your biological heart age goes reverses is 10 years younger.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I've
Very
been wearing the patches 7 months, 8 months now, and we're just knocking down pretend walls that have been in my head, and
mm,
just so science, personal experience, my friends, my clients. I've got a lady just the other day, a friend. She studied Ayurveda with me many years ago, and she's been having severe fibromyalgia, everything. She sits, she can't sit, she can't walk, she can't lie down.
mm,
It's just
mm.
sad, sad, sad. And she saw one of my posts the other day. I said, "Hey, I'm at the Willie Nelson concert. I'm finally achieving some of my bucket list things that I never got to." And she says, "You know what? You seem so happy. Let me try those patches." So she got them in record-breaking time. Another little miracle. Came in one day, 2 days. It's not possible.
Wow.
We put the patches on her two biggest pains, one on her knee, one on her neck, and she stood up. She walked around. She went up the stairs. And at the end of the day, she texted me. She goes, "I'm okay."
Wow.
She put the
Wow.
other patches on the next day. She did all this work. She has brain fog. She couldn't focus. She focused. And she said, "Hey, can I my mom use this too? Because she's got eye issues." So it's the most rewarding thing for me to see people get their life back.
I love it. I love it, and I can relate because that's what I'm all about is removing those obstacles, stopping people from living in their purpose. We
Yes.
need more people doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, was there anything in your backstory that, really caused you to go out looking for something like this? What was there any challenges you were dealing with?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I've been in the field, the holistic field, for over 50 years. So I've been doing Ayurvedic food plans for my personal constitution, yoga, breathing, healthy organic foods. I've been doing everything to slow the aging process. But last year, when I turned 70, I noticed things were not the same anymore. I would, if I ever used to get like some pain in my hands or something, I could take a herb that I knew and then it was gone the next day. But
Mhm.
last year, all the Ayurvedic treatments didn't seem to work much anymore.
Mm.
Right? And I was spending a few hours a day, yoga, this, that. It's like, well, but what about my day? I can't spend the day getting ready for my day because it's nighttime when I'm ready. And I looked at I was wearing shorts one day, Cheyenne, and I saw my legs, their skin on my legs so wrinkled, like old people wrinkle. And it's like, it really depressed me. I said, God, you want me to become a prune now and just watch myself shrivel up? I
Mhm.
please, you've always been there for me. Take me when you want me, but if I'm here to help you, I need to get this stuff out of me.
Mm.
2
Wow.
days later, my
Wow.
miracle came. 2 days
Wow.
later.
Woo, answered prayer. Gotta love that. Wow, wow, wow. Well, with all of this, I mean, I got to imagine if you projected into the future 5 or 10 years from now, I mean, do you picture yourself working with a team of people? Do you picture yourself working with collaborators? Tell us about that.
Well, that's funny you ask that because that was God's answer to me. He said to when I said I need something, he said, "Remember when you did Ayurveda? You were on your own, but it was a part of a integrated Ayurvedic system that was worldwide." And I
Mm,
said, "Yeah, that was the last time I could help people with a mission and could support myself really well at the same time." And then
mm,
2 days later, this life wave, these patches came to me. It is a major company. It's global company, 80 plus countries. The
Wow.
people from the founder down only want to help. Nobody can buy into the company with money. They've got to start at the bottom and work their way up. Everybody's incentivized to help everybody else.
Mm.
And I've got a global team. And they just gave us a 12-day social media master course
Mm.
to help us teach us how to use social media properly.
Wow. Wow.
We- That's a team. That's amazing.
That's awesome. Well, and sometimes I know some people kind of, hesitate to get too excited about joining people's teams until they know more about it, et cetera, et cetera. But that
Right.
doesn't mean there's not people we shouldn't be collaborating with in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just, creating teams of people who are, generating referrals for each other. I mean, who do you
Absolutely.
look to collaborate with?
Absolutely. That's the whole other side of collaboration that I'm opening myself up to now. I'm joining networking groups where I met you. Thank you, God, for that lovely introduction. And I'm collaborating with who anybody who wants to has a positive message, who we might be able to refer people to any field. You know people who have a health issue, you know people who run a gym. I may know people who are good with getting grants if that was something you needed, if I know that. So that's another level, like you say, of collaboration.
Mhm. Absolutely. And, I think that's been one of the big challenges for most change makers is that, whether it's because of a pandemic or just because
Mhm.
of the way society typically works, there's too many of us who've been sitting in these little silos.
Yeah,
And, it just seems like it is time for us to
it
kind
is.
of grab each other's hands and go forward together. Because, again, I love that phrase so that we can create the world we know in our hearts is possible.
Yeah.
That's where we're looking for go. So amazing stuff. And how can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about these amazing patches?
Sure, they can go to they could email me they at orange connect at orangecowboy.com. Connect, CONNECT, at orangecowboy.com. I don't have my orange cowboy hat, but my friend just gave me this is an orange hat. This is an archery hat for people on horses. They shoot bows in with their bows, arrows into the archery targets as they gallop along on their horses. So connect
Well,
at orangecowboy.com.
and I have to ask a question about that because that is such a unique brand. So how did you become the Orange Cowboy?
Yes, that the people spoke. Honestly, that's gold when you get feedback. Many years ago, I was another again guidance from divine to go deeper into my mediumship, which is where I talk with loved ones, people, pets who are in heaven, for those who are on earth and provide comfort and guidance. And when I was there for a good part of the summer. I was up in a place called Lilydale, which is a mediumship camp, and they have their own. It's so big they have their own post office and fire department.
Wow.
So I camped out up there, and I spent time training with a lot of the top teachers. And I wore my orange because it's the color of joy, and I wear the orange cowboy hat. And my teacher one day said to me, everybody around here is laughing, going, "Hey, who's that orange cowboy?" And it made everybody so happy. I said, "Well, let's just that's my brand. I mean, I'm not people make up brands. I don't have to make up a brand. I am the brand, and it makes people happy." So
I love it. And I have never heard anybody say that orange is the color of joy. Wow. Okay. I like that. I will
for
remember
me,
that.
I would see color orange in my head and be so happy. And then I went to the store, I went to the Gap, and they had an orange T-shirts. I go, "Oh, look at that."
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, good. So, orangecowboy.com. That's where you can find Swami anytime.
Right, right.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy
My
schedule to be
pleasure,
with us here
Shannon.
today. And folks, I encourage you, if you know people who are either interested in learning more about stem cells and how stem cell research has advanced, if they're people who just are miserable and haven't been able to find a way to get to a place of feeling better, reach out to Swami. He is more than happy to help you to understand this incredible world that he's been learning about. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My great pleasure, Cheyenne. Thanks and best wishes to everybody for
Thank you.
living your
Take
dreams.
care.
Bye.